Okay, so it seems like today is a huge day for Dragon Ball Super news. Earlier we got the info about the upcoming Dragon Ball Super arc, the universe survival or space survival, depending on which translation you're going by. We got that big announcement, but also we have a revelation of the episode titles from episode 71 up until 77. Now we know the next couple episodes at the very least because we know the whole Goku and Hit stuff, but we do have a few episode titles here that we haven't heard of yet, and let's just dive right into it, right? So yeah, for starters, of course, we got episode 71, Goku versus Hit Part 1, and I mean, we talked about it with the preview and stuff like that, and all the info we have on it, so don't really need to talk about that one. Then episode 72 is Part 2. Now I'm kind of curious how that's going to go, because based off the preview that we got for episode 71, it seems as though Goku's going to potentially die or lose the fight in episode 71, but it could potentially be at the very end of the episode that he, gets knocked down, and then maybe in the next episode, episode 72, he gets back up and then they continue their fight, or it could just very well be that they're titling that, and honestly the entire fight ends in the first episode, because I'm kind of curious if the preview is showing that Goku's already gonna lose and die in that episode, then how are they gonna continue fighting? It's probably just they wanted to make it a nice 2-episode arc thingy, which honestly it is disappointing to a certain degree that Hit and this whole big Hit arc that we thought we were gonna get is seemingly, based on these episode titles, only gonna last for 2 episodes. It seems as though those are gonna be the 2 episodes we get as far as for that content, and then we're gonna have other stuff leading up to the next upcoming arc, which is a shame in a regard, and some sort of way, because it's like, yo, I like me some Hit. I like to see some Hit in action, especially Hit versus Goku, this whole hyped up Goku's death shit. I was like, this could be awesome, but unfortunately, again, it's going to be only 2 episodes. Episode 71 and 72 is going to be Goku versus Hit Part 1 and Part 2, and then we have the next one. Of course, January 1st, there will be no episode, so unfortunately, we're going to have another week break, and I hate it because it seems as though we get a lot of breaks from Dragon Ball Super, and don't get me wrong, it's a good thing in a certain regard, because, hey, at the very least, they get to save up the money that they would have spent for that week and put it in the budget towards, other episodes, so that's a plus right there. On the downside is like, I get it, yeah, it's New Year's or whatever, but come on, man, I love me some Super, I'm just saying, and I mean, they're gonna be playing fucking Super on Christmas, why not play a little bit of Super on fucking New Year's, just saying. Then, January 8th, we got the title for episode 73, Gohan Gets Made into a Movie. Now, I'm imagining after the Hit stuff up until the upcoming new arc, the big arc that we're supposed to have or whatever, we're gonna have those filler feeling episodes where it's not like anything big in particular or whatever. Gohan gets made into a movie. Immediately it reminds me of, and I don't remember if that was actually canon or filler in the anime, but the Great Saiyaman arc when he was actually a part of like the production of a Great Saiyaman film. Potentially it could be something revolving that. Maybe like Gohan's like, oh yeah, I remember that, and they want to make a movie on him because maybe he got some sort of popularity. Also, it could be, which it would be great, it would be incredible to showcase the life of Gohan and the rise and fall and hopefully rise again. It seems as though they are definitely teasing and they know what the fans want, and I think that's one of the best things that Toei has going for them right now, is that they understand what the fandom wants. They understand our outcries for Gohan to be great again, and that's probably why they're doing this. They're leading up, because if you see my video, which if you haven't checked it out, you might want to, some really awesome shit is about to go down. There's some hints of some Gohan stuff there, so yeah, if they're doing this, it could potentially be that Toei is slowly leading up to some awesome shit for Gohan. But Gohan gets made into a movie, like, it sounds like it's gonna potentially be just like a really funny comedy type of episode with Gohan doing zany shit, and is like, I don't know how this is going to work. I mean, I guess he does have some acting experience because he was a part of the production for the Great Saiyaman film, right? But yeah, it just seems weird. And on another note, it also kind of sucks at the same time as well that we're going to have these 2 really serious episodes, Goku versus Hit, and then we're going to kind of go back to the slice of life comedy, which I'm personally fine with the slice of life comedy. I've been enjoying it, especially that baseball episode. Don't get me started about the greatness of that baseball episode. Absolutely hilarious. But it's like, ooh, I thought we were going to go back into another really awesome and long arc, but we're gonna have to wait for that until, of course, February 5th. Then on January 15th, we have the title for episode 74, For the Sake of That Which He Loves, and it could be she as well. It's kind of ambiguous. Now, I have no idea what that could potentially be. It could be a small episode of like how they had Goten and, Trunks getting a gift or something like that. It could be something small like that, but that is so ambiguous that the title really doesn't give us much. For that of which she cares about, loves, or whatever. It's like, what the fuck could this potentially be? Like babysitting babysitting episodes. Like, again, I'm expecting another comedy, nothing serious type of episode. It's not going to be a big deal, but it's like, really? That's the title we get? That seems like it's in a shoujo anime or some shit. Like, yeah, we're going to be having comedy and some slice of life episodes. And then for January 22nd and January 29th, it seems as though there's no really titles for those, but they're assumably filler as well. They're probably going to be comedy. They're going to be, jokes and shit like that, which again is like, oh, it's going to be so nerve-wracking because at the very least, we're getting the Goku versus Hit stuff, so it's not completely like months upon months of just these, slice of life episodes, which again, I'm not complaining. I've been enjoying a lot of them. The Arale one was pretty funny. The baseball one was absolutely hilarious. So if they're more like those episodes, I'm fine with it. But it's like, oh, we're going to have just 2 serious episodes, and then we're going to have to wait about a month and some change because it's like, we're going to have, breaks, the January 1st break for New Year's, then we're going to have Gohan gets made into a movie, like, what? And then, we're going to have another random title and then more filler. So buckle your seatbelts because we're going to have at least a month of kind of slice of life comedy episodes. And I know people are going to be eagerly anticipating because then finally February 5th is where it's all going to go down and we're going to jump back into this is probably going to be the next big arc, and the title of that episode for February 5th, episode 77, I believe, is Universal Survival Arc Begins, which, again, I don't know if that's actually the title for the episode or whatever, but either way, I can't wait for February 5th. Let me know what you guys think. For starters, are you disappointed, or are you satisfied or glad at the same time that the Goku versus Hit stuff is not the next big arc? Maybe it could be a prelude still. Fingers crossed that at the very least it has something to do with the upcoming arc afterward, but are you disappointed? Because personally, I was like, yo, we're finally going to get the promised fight between Hit and Goku. This is going to be great. And for it to only be 2 episodes is like, it's a good thing at the very least that they're not going to just stick us with, hey, here's a shit ton of filler for like a couple months, but we're still going to have quite a few filler after that. Or are you more excited for the upcoming arc after that, the Universe Survival arc? I think that's where everything is going to change yet again, and we're going to get back to the same hype we had with the Goku Black stuff, because if you've seen the squad lineup, it's insane. This is going to be great, but yeah, I'm kind of curious what your thoughts. Are you going to be disappointed in general for having all this filler? I mean, I've seen the sections of the fandom. I've seen it. I've seen, like, there's a part of the fandom that is really hardcore and we really enjoy, even if it's a comedy episode, as long as it's, arguably good, because there was one of those filler episodes that really didn't get good until the end, and it still wasn't any of that, it wasn't all that, the whole getting a wish from Shenron shit with Bulma and stuff like that. It wasn't until Bulma started, getting Roshi some hoes and shit like that, that the episode became okay, but still it wasn't all that good of an episode. But if we get more episodes like Dr. Slump, and, the Dr. Slump crossover, and the whole stuff that we have with the baseball stuff, that could be good. So, yeah. And I guess, what are some of your expectations on the Universal Survival arc? It's still a ways away until we get some information on that, but are you expecting some greatness from Gohan? I'm 100% expecting it. And I guess the last question is, because remember, we had the promised tournament that Zeno wanted to have after he saw the Universe 6 tournament that, went down or whatever. He was like, yo, we should do a Universal tournament. So, could this potentially be the start of that? And I guess also, could that be the start of the end for Dragon Ball Super? Because it seems as though when that was hinted that we're going to see a lot of the other universes. And one of the things that was set up about the revival of Dragon Ball in general, even going back to the Battle of Gods films, was the fact that there was all these universes that we can explore with different villains, different antagonists, and different adventures. If you're going to throw all of them in this, new universe tournament, then that could mean the end, because we're going to basically see everybody and everything these other universes have to offer. I really hope that's not the case. I honestly don't want it to be that big, Zeno-sama Omni King tournament shit that he was talking about just yet. I want that to be later on down the road. I hope that this is another one of their, like, they're gonna train and something's gonna go down, and then they're gonna have like an adventure in space and maybe go to one different universe, and it's gonna be like some crazy, just savage universe that they're all gonna be in there. But based on the info we got, and it seems as though there's the word team on the poster, the promotional poster, whatever, probably this could very well be the tournament that Zeno-sama was talking about, that the Omni King was foreshadowing he wanted to have. And your overall expectations and excitement. I mean, either way, we're still gonna have Goku versus Hit for 2 episodes, then we got a little bit of a slow down time, and then we're heading February 5th to some insane shit, and I personally can't wait. I know it's gonna be insane in Dragon Ball Super yet again. Ever since Universe 6, it continues to get better and better, and seemingly that's gonna be the case. I'll just wait for the info. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. February 5th, baby. Like, ooh, Goku versus Hit, and then that, it's going down.